The road to the mouth of the river followed several low hills. Fruit hung in abundance in the trees along our way. One day Mejda said, "Listen, when we return this evening, we'll pick some lychees. No one will see us in the twilight." Said so said, so done. Mejda was picking some of the lychees, luscious, sweet lychees, when he heard someone call his name. Startled, Mejda stood stock still. All sense of adventure ended abruptly. Cautiously, we moved in the direction from which the voice had come. The twilight was fading fast, and we could not see far ahead in the shadows, but we soon discerned a man dressed in white. Seeing that we were somewhat afraid, he beckoned us closer in a friendly manner. If he were the watchman here, how would he have known Mejda's name? Slowly we advanced toward the gently smiling person. His form seemed lustrous with a wonderful light. I looked around to see where the light was coming from. Suddenly, Mejda bowed before the saint and touched his feet. The saint embraced Mejda and kissed him on the head. I also bowed before the saintly figure. With a gesture of blessing, he said to us, "Jayatsu, victory be with you," and then he spoke to Mejda. "Mukunda, it is God's wish that I have come to you today. Remember what I say to you. You have come on earth as God's representative to fulfill his wishes. Your body is his temple, sanctified by prayer and meditation. Do not run after material pleasures or satisfaction. You will show the way that leads to true happiness, and by your spiritual knowledge you will deliver those who are suffering in ignorance. Never forget that you are one with Mahapurusha, attained only by those who are supremely successful in meditation. Your body, mind, and life must never deviate from the thought of God, even for a moment. The blessings of the Infinite Father are upon you. Your faith in him must be absolute. He will protect you from all dangers. In this world, only he is eternal. All else is transient and unreliable. One day your ideals of yoga will inspire all mankind. Mukunda, march onward." I was fidgeting, for time was passing and darkness was upon us. We had a long way to go to reach home. A scolding by father and a beating from Ananta were inevitable. The saint perceived my thought and said, "Do not be troubled. Go home freely. No one will notice that you are late." We started for home. After walking a short distance, we looked back and saw the saint blessing us with upraised hands. Then he vanished. I turned to Mejda and spoke, but he wasn't listening. He was walking, head down, in a thoughtful mood. When we reached home, Mejda went directly to his prayer room. I inquired where Father and Ananta were. I learned that Barda had been invited to a friend's home and that Father had not yet returned from an important meeting at the office. What joy! They did not know of our belated return. I ran to the prayer room to tell Mejda. But Mejda was coming to get me. He took hold of my hand and led me to a photograph that hung on the wall. We stood a moment before it. Then he said, "Do you recognize him? Was it not he who spoke to us?" I was astonished. It was he, that very smile. But he had died long ago. How could he have come to us now? How could we have talked with someone who had been dead all these years? He had blessed us, embraced Mejda, and kissed his head. I was choked with awe, unable to speak. I simply looked at Mejda. There was no doubt that Mejda and I had seen and talked with the great Lahiri Mahasaya. Okay, push the button.